when we talk about disparities within the industry, as an actress who is a woman of color, have you encountered other situations or experiences where there was a disparity in the way that you were treated, just based upon the color of your skin? And how did you navigate around that?
You finish your contract and do what you can to get out. So I've done a few of those jobs. Okay. I've done a few of those jobs. You know, A Different World was a blessing and a real challenge. Being in that environment, a real challenge. It makes me emotional, but yeah, it doesn't change the realities of what happened back then. Whether it was Different World or Hang with Mr. Cooper or any other job where it was just a real challenge. Sometimes it starts from the top down. Sometimes it happens right from side by the people who are supposed to be your friends, colleagues. It can be very, very interesting. It's a very interesting industry, the entertainment industry. Yeah.
Were you able to develop strong relationships with the rest of your cast members on A Different World?
Yes. Yeah. Some of them stronger than others. Everyone has succeeded so well. Everyone is continuing to thrive personally as well as professionally. I mean, as you can imagine, I'm closer to some than others. You know, back in the day, I'm not going to lie, some of it was a challenge because the goal of the producers from the top down was to divide and conquer, play us against each other. You know what I mean? That kind of, it was very interesting and unnecessary, which was, for me, a big part of the reason why I wanted to change shows. That was why I left A Different World to go over to Hang with Mr. Cooper. And that ended up actually being a more difficult environment.
Yeah, because Hanging with Mr. Cooper, like, we didn't see you after season 2. Nope. And for me, it just seemed as if the show took a different direction. I don't think that the network was ready to have 2 Black women living with a Black male and it just be a platonic relationship, and they wanted to kind of whitewash it and make it a more friendly show. Am I correct in assuming that?
No, it was the Black version of Three's Company.
True.
It was the Black version of Three's Company, so that wasn't the issue. My experience during that first year was them in a predominantly white writer's room, producer's room, them thinking that certain things were funny coming out of the mouths of people of color, that we as people of color would spend countless hours every week telling them, this is not funny. This is demeaning. This is embarrassing. This is insulting. You're writing things that we don't want to have come out of our mouths. And I apparently was the most vocal person about that. And so, yeah, by the end of the first year, the show was was the highest rated news series on any network during that first season. But it wasn't without work. It wasn't without challenges. We worked through every single script, every single week. And the show that was produced was funny. However, getting to that part was emotionally challenging week after week after week. Wow. And yeah.
Yeah, I can believe it, because I do know that when we have people seated at the table who don't look like us, they do want to create this narrative that kind of portrays Black people in a way that isn't really true of who we truly are. So I'm glad that we have individuals like you navigating through the industry, speaking up and changing the way that the world should view us. So thank you for that.